Here we're going to look at some divisibility tests. Let's start by looking at 2. All even numbers divide by 2. An even number would end in a 0, a 2, a 4, a 6, or an 8. So we would know 2368 is even. All we need to do is look at the last digit and see that this is an even number. Therefore we know that 2368 would divide by 2. In other words, 2 is a factor of this number. There is a divisibility test for 3. If the digits of the number add to a multiple of 3, then the number divides by 3. For example, consider 1017. Look at the digits. If we add these up, we have 1 plus 0 plus 1 plus 7, which comes to 9. We know that 9 is a multiple of 3, and therefore 1017 is also a multiple of 3. A number is divisible by 5 if the number ends in a 5 or a 0. So for example 25 and 300 would both be divisible by 5, since 25 ends in a 5 and 300 in a 0. A number is divisible by 10 if the number ends in a 0. So for example 30 or 450. Consider the number 1315. We can see it ends in a 5. This means that it's not even, so it won't divide by 2. But ending in a 5 means it does divide by 5, and therefore 5 is a factor of this number. If we add the digits 1 plus 3 plus 1 plus 5, this gives us 4 plus 6, which is 10. 10 is not a multiple of 3, so therefore 3 is not a factor of this number. Once we've decided 5 is a factor, we could reduce the number by division, which might help us find other factors. We can use combinations to find factors other than the ones shown here. For example, consider if we had the number 336. It's an even number since it ends in a 6, which means it's divisible by 2. In other words, 2 is a factor. If we add the digits, 3 plus 3 plus 6 is equal to 12. 12 is a multiple of 3, and it follows therefore that 3 is a factor of 336. 2 times 3 is equal to 6. So if both 2 and 3 are factors, it follows that 6 is a factor. There are divisibility tests for many numbers, although we have dealt with the most common ones, the ones you'll be expected to know. But just to show you, there is a test for 11. It's unlikely you'll ever have to use it. Look at the number 2673 and take alternate digits. 2 plus 7 is 9. Then take the other alternate digits. 6 plus 3 is 9. And 9 take away 9 is 0. Consider 2706. And let's do the same thing. Alternate digits here add to 2. And here add to 13. 13 take away 2 is 11. This always happens if 11 is a factor. When we add alternate digits and subtract, we either get 0 or 11. So we can spot a multiple of 11 by using this method.